Hello, and welcome to Sleepy Nourishment. I'm really glad you found your way here tonight. Maybe today was long, or maybe you're someone who likes to let the mind wander, following quiet thoughts and gentle rhythms instead of forcing yourself to fall asleep. Either way, this moment is just for you. You don't need to do anything at all. Simply rest. Let your breathing slow down. Let your shoulders soften and allow your body to feel a little lighter, as if gravity itself has decided to be kind tonight. Because this evening, we are not here to rush. We are here to drift. And as we move gently through this journey, whether you are awake or already halfway into sleep, you are still part of these natural rhythms. Everything continues, softly, slowly. May this be a calm space for you to rest, and I'll be here with you. Tonight, we won't talk about science in a loud or complicated way. Instead, we'll move slowly through gentle facts and quiet observations about a drink that has been trusted for centuries: matcha, green tea, a simple powder made from leaves yet carrying patience, focus, and deep calm within it. There's nothing you need to remember. Let each idea rise and then fade away naturally. So lie down, relax your jaw, let your breath settle into a soft, steady rhythm. Now, let your mind drift toward the east, to matcha, where simplicity hides deep discipline and silence becomes wisdom. Green tea was born in China, growing quietly along misty mountainsides, brewed simply as loose leaves in hot water. But matcha, as we know it today, was shaped and refined in Japan through patience, discipline, and silence. When tea crossed the sea, it didn't remain the same. In Japan, the leaf was no longer steeped and discarded. It was honored, ground, and fully consumed. This shift changed everything. Matcha became not just a drink, but a presence, a way of slowing time, of staying awake without agitation, and of turning an ordinary moment into something intentional. In the 12th century, a Zen monk named Aisai returned to Japan after years of study in China. He carried something small with him: tea seeds carefully protected, almost like a quiet promise. Aisai believed tea supported meditation, sharpened awareness, and protected the body during long hours of stillness. He planted those seeds in Japanese soil, where climate and culture slowly reshaped the leaf. What began as a medicinal drink for monks became a foundation for Zen practice, linking tea mindfulness and the art of being fully present. In its early days, matcha was not for everyone. It was reserved for samurai monks and the noble class, people whose lives demanded focus, discipline, and clarity. Samurai drank matcha before training and battled, trusting its ability to steady the mind without dulling awareness. Unlike alcohol or heavy food, matcha offered alertness without chaos. Over time, this green powder became a symbol of refinement and inner strength, a quiet fuel for those who needed calm courage in uncertain moments. Several weeks before harvest, matcha tea plants are shaded from direct sunlight, sometimes for 20 to 30 days. This gentle darkness changes the leaf from the inside. Deprived of strong sun, the plant produces more chlorophyll, deepening its emerald color. At the same time, bitterness softens and sweetness quietly grows. This shaded growth is not rushed or forced. It mirrors the philosophy behind matcha itself. That softness, patience, and restraint can create greater depth than constant exposure. When tea plants grow in shade, something subtle happens beneath the surface. The plant responds by producing more amino acids, especially L-theanine, a compound associated with calm focus. Instead of sharp bitterness, the leaf develops a rounded, savory depth. This process transforms matcha into a tea that feels different in the body. Rather than stimulating the nerves, it seems to soothe them while keeping the mind clear. This balance is not accidental. It is cultivated slowly, leaf by leaf, in quiet fields, away from urgency. For high-grade matcha, only the youngest, most tender tea leaves are selected. They are picked by hand with care and attention, usually in early spring. Older leaves are left behind as they carry more bitterness and roughness. This careful selection ensures softness in flavor and texture. Nothing about matcha is rushed. Each leaf represents restraint and intention, a reminder that refinement often comes from choosing less, not more, and honoring what is most delicate. After harvesting, the leaves are gently steamed to stop oxidation, then dried without rolling. At this stage, the tea is no longer called green tea. It becomes tencha. Stems and veins are removed, leaving only the flat leaf flesh. Tencha is never brewed. Its only purpose is to become matcha. This quiet in-between form holds potential, waiting patiently to be transformed, much like a pause before a deep breath. Tencha leaves are ground using granite stone mills that rotate slowly and steadily. This pace is intentional. Fast grinding would create heat-damaging flavor, color, and nutrients. Instead, the stones turn quietly, hour after hour, preserving the life of the leaf. There is no efficiency here, only care. The process reflects the spirit of matcha itself. That true quality emerges when speed is sacrificed for gentleness. It can take nearly 1 full hour to grind just 30 grams of matcha powder. This amount may seem small, almost insignificant. Yet within it lies hours of labor, months of growth, and years of tradition. This slowness teaches something important. Matcha was never meant to be consumed mindlessly. Its value comes not from abundance, but from attention, reminding us that what nourishes deeply often arrives in small, quiet portions. In Japanese tea ceremony known as sado, making tea is considered a spiritual discipline. Every movement is deliberate. Every gesture has meaning. The act of preparing matcha becomes a meditation in itself, grounding the body, calming the breath, and clearing the mind. The tea is not rushed, nor is the moment repeated. Each bowl exists only once. Through matcha, stillness becomes something you can hold, warm, green, and fleeting. Matcha appears as a vivid shade of emerald green, bright, alive, and quietly grounding. This color is not added or enhanced. It comes directly from chlorophyll concentrated through weeks of shaded growth. When you look at a bowl of matcha, the color alone signals vitality and care. It feels fresh, almost cooling, even before you taste it. This green does not shout for attention. Instead, it invites your eyes to rest, offering a visual softness that prepares the mind for calm nourishment. The aroma of matcha is gentle yet complex, carrying notes of fresh grass, soft sea air, and early sunlight. It smells like a quiet morning before the world becomes busy. There is no sharpness here, no artificial sweetness, just something clean and natural, almost grounding. As the powder meets warm water, the scent rises slowly. Breathing it in feels like stepping outside barefoot, reminding the nervous system that it is safe to slow down. Matcha carries a flavor known as umami, the fifth taste often described as deep, savory, and round. It is not sweet in the usual way and not bitter either. Instead, it coats the tongue gently with a creamy fullness that lingers. This richness comes from amino acids developed during shaded growth. As you sip, the flavor unfolds gradually, first vegetal, then smooth, and finally softly sweet. It is a taste that asks for patience, rewarding attention rather than haste. When a bamboo whisk called a chasin moves through matcha, it creates a soft rhythmic sound. Not loud, not sharp, just a gentle brushing against ceramic and liquid. This sound becomes part of the ritual. It marks a transition from stillness into motion, then back into calm. Many people find this sound soothing in itself. It anchors awareness in the present moment, reminding the body to slow its internal pace and follow the quiet rhythm. As matcha is whisked properly, a layer of fine microfoam forms on the surface. These tiny bubbles resemble soft green clouds, floating without urgency. They are light, even, and delicate. This foam changes the texture of the tea, making each sip feel smoother and more comforting. Visually, it adds to the sense of calm. The bowl no longer feels empty or flat. Instead, it looks alive, gently breathing with warmth and intention. When matcha touches the tongue, the sensation is slightly textured at first. There is a faint graininess, subtle and brief. Almost immediately, it softens into a creamy, rounded mouthfeel. This transition is part of the experience. It reminds you that matcha is the whole leaf, not just an infusion. As the powder dissolves fully, a gentle sweetness appears. The body responds with ease, recognizing nourishment rather than stimulation. Unlike many teas, matcha does not fade when mixed with water. Its green remains vibrant and stable, holding its natural intensity. This consistency reflects quality and freshness. A dull or yellow tone often signals oxidation or age. Good matcha keeps its color just as it keeps its character. Visually, this stability is calming. It offers reassurance, a sense that nothing has been lost in the process, only gently revealed. The ideal water temperature for matcha is around 80 degrees Celsius, never boiling. Water that is too hot can burn the leaf, dulling flavor and creating harshness. Warm water, on the other hand, allows matcha to open slowly. This gentler heat preserves sweetness and smoothness. The act of waiting for water to cool becomes part of the ritual. It teaches patience and reminds the body that not everything needs intensity to be effective. Matcha is traditionally served in a ceramic bowl called a shawan. These bowls are often handmade, slightly uneven, and intentionally imperfect. Their weight grounds the hands, while the clay holds warmth steadily. As you lift the bowl with both hands, you feel temperature, texture, and balance. This physical connection matters. It pulls attention away from thought and into sensation, anchoring the experience in the present moment without effort. Drinking matcha with both hands is more than etiquette. It is a quiet gesture of respect and presence. The warmth spreads into the palms, traveling slowly up the arms. The body receives this signal as safety and calm. For a moment, nothing else is required. No multitasking, no urgency, just holding something warm and green and allowing stillness to settle naturally without being forced. Preparing matcha gently invites your attention into the present moment. There is no rush and no room for distraction. As you measure the powder and warm the bowl, your awareness naturally narrows. Thoughts begin to slow, not because you force them away, but because your hands are busy with something simple and intentional. This quiet focus mirrors meditation. Matcha does not demand silence. It creates it by offering the mind a soft place to rest without effort or discipline. When whisking matcha, the wrist moves in a gentle W or M shape. This repetitive motion is smooth and rhythmic, never aggressive. Over time, the movement becomes almost hypnotic. Muscle tension eases and breathing begins to follow the same pattern. There is something comforting about repetition without pressure. The body understands it intuitively. As the whisk moves, the mind releases its grip, letting go of scattered thoughts and settling into flow. Unlike other teas, matcha is not strained or discarded. you drink the entire leaf finely ground and fully present in the bowl. This changes the relationship between drink and body. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is removed. The experience feels complete and whole. There is a quiet satisfaction in knowing that nourishment is direct and uncomplicated. The body recognizes this completeness, responding with steadiness rather than stimulation. Many people describe matcha as feeling clean inside the body. Not empty and not heavy, just clear. This sensation is subtle and gradual. There is no sudden lift, no sharp edge of alertness. Instead, the mind feels gently organized, as if mental clutter has been softly rearranged. Emotional tension loosens without drama. Matcha does not overpower the senses. It supports them, quietly, patiently, and with restraint. Drinking matcha outside beneath trees or open sky deepens its calming effect. The green of the tea reflects the green around you. Bird sounds, wind, and light become part of the experience. There is no separation between ritual and environment. Nature and nourishment blend effortlessly. This connection reminds the nervous system of something ancient. That calm does not come from isolation, but from gentle alignment with the world as it already is. The first taste of matcha often carries a slight bitterness. It is brief and honest. Almost immediately, a soft sweetness follows. This progression mirrors emotional experience. Reality arrives first, sometimes sharp or unexpected. Then acceptance settles in bringing ease. Matcha teaches this lesson without words. It reminds the body that discomfort does not last forever. There is balance waiting beneath it, if you allow the moment to unfold naturally. Matcha latte offers a softer, more approachable expression of this ancient tea. Milk smooths the edges, rounding flavor and texture. For many, this version feels comforting and familiar. It bridges tradition and modern life. While purists may prefer plain matcha, the latte serves its own purpose. It welcomes new rituals, it adapts, and it reminds us that calm can exist even in contemporary forms, without losing its essence. The green color of matcha in desserts immediately draws the eye. It signals freshness and natural richness. Cakes, cookies, and pastries infused with matcha feel lighter and less indulgent. There is a sense of balance even in sweetness. This visual and emotional response matters. It reshapes how we relate to pleasure. Matcha invites enjoyment without guilt, offering softness instead of excess and satisfaction without heaviness. In tea ceremony, there is a phrase called ichigo ichi. It means that each meeting happens only once. This bowl of matcha will never be repeated in exactly the same way. The temperature, the mood, the light, all are unique. Recognizing this brings quiet gratitude. It shifts attention away from comparison and expectation. The moment becomes complete on its own, needing nothing else to feel whole. A bowl of matcha is an invitation to stop, not to escape life, but to meet it more gently. In a world that rewards speed and output, this pause feels radical, yet it is deeply natural. Matcha does not demand productivity, it offers presence. In holding the bowl, sipping slowly and breathing steadily, you give yourself permission to rest without guilt or explanation. Drinking matcha in the afternoon feels different from coffee. There is no sudden rush, no jittery edge. Instead, energy arrives slowly and evenly. The body stays relaxed while the mind remains clear. This makes matcha a gentle companion during quieter hours of the day. When the nervous system is already tired, this steadiness matters. Rather than pushing the body forward, matcha supports it, allowing focus to exist alongside calm without conflict. Zen monks have long relied on matcha during extended meditation sessions. Hours of stillness require alertness without agitation. Matcha offers exactly that balance. It keeps the mind awake while allowing the body to remain soft and grounded. This partnership between tea and meditation shaped how matcha is understood today. It is not a stimulant meant to excite. It is a quiet ally, helping awareness stay present without pulling attention outward. In modern life, matcha has moved beyond the bowl. It appears in skincare masks and beauty rituals. Its antioxidant properties are believed to protect and soothe the skin. Applying matcha externally becomes another form of nourishment. The ritual mirrors drinking it: slow movements, gentle textures, moments of pause. Matcha's journey continues, adapting to new habits while preserving its calming essence. The region of Uji near Kyoto is often considered the birthplace of the finest matcha. Its climate, soil, and misty mornings create ideal growing conditions. Generations of farmers have refined techniques with patience and care. This lineage matters. Matcha from Uji carries not just flavor, but history. Each harvest reflects years of quiet dedication. The result is a tea that feels grounded and complete, shaped by place, time, and tradition. Not all matcha serves the same purpose. Ceremonial grade is meant to be whisked with water and consumed on its own. Its flavor is smooth, soft, and balanced. Culinary grade is designed for cooking and baking. It holds up against heat and sweetness. Understanding this difference changes the experience. Using matcha appropriately respects its character, allowing each form to express itself fully without compromise. Matcha is delicate. Light air and heat can slowly alter its color and flavor. When exposed too long, green turns yellow and freshness fades. This sensitivity encourages mindfulness in storage. Keeping matcha sealed and protected becomes part of the ritual. The habit teaches awareness. It reminds us that nourishment, like calm, requires care and cannot be rushed or neglected without consequence. One serving of matcha contains the nutritional equivalent of many cups of regular green tea. Because the entire leaf is consumed, nutrients are delivered directly. This concentration feels grounding rather than intense. The body absorbs slowly, steadily. There is a sense of being gently supported from within. Matcha does not overwhelm. It accumulates quietly, reinforcing balance through consistency rather than force. For many people, matcha becomes more than a beverage. It becomes a daily ritual. The difference is subtle but meaningful. A habit is automatic. A ritual is intentional. Preparing matcha creates a pause in the day. It marks a transition between tasks, moods, or states of mind. This pause softens the nervous system, reminding the body that not every moment needs urgency. In contemporary cafes, matcha has found new expressions. Lattes, iced drinks, and creative blends make it accessible to wider audiences. While the setting may change, the core remains. Matcha still offers steadiness amid noise. Even in busy environments, it carries a sense of calm. Its presence in modern culture shows adaptability. Tradition does not disappear. It evolves quietly, maintaining its center. Many people turn to matcha when coffee feels too sharp. They seek clarity without anxiety, focus without pressure. Matcha becomes a conscious choice rather than a default. This decision reflects a deeper awareness of the body's needs. Instead of chasing stimulation, people begin to value balance. Matcha supports this shift, gently guiding habits toward sustainability and calm. Some people use matcha as a reset point in the day. Not at the beginning and not at the end, right in the middle. This timing feels intentional. The act of preparing and drinking matcha creates a boundary between what has passed and what comes next. Stress does not disappear, but it softens. The mind regains clarity. This reset is subtle, yet deeply effective when practiced consistently. Many matcha drinkers carry it while traveling. A small tin, a simple whisk, familiar tools in unfamiliar places. This portability creates continuity. No matter the location, the ritual remains the same. The body recognizes the process and responds with ease. Matcha becomes an anchor, offering stability and calm when surroundings change and routines dissolve. Choosing matcha in modern life is often a quiet decision. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. In a culture driven by speed and intensity, this choice feels almost radical. Matcha represents restraint, a willingness to slow down, a preference for clarity over stimulation. Over time, this choice shapes habits and gently rewires how the body relates to energy and rest. As you drink matcha, the body begins to respond quietly. There is no dramatic signal, no sudden shift. Instead, a gentle awareness spreads. This green flow moves slowly through the system, inviting observation rather than reaction. Muscles soften, breathing deepens. The nervous system senses safety. Matcha works best when you listen rather than expect. Its effects are subtle, layered, and patient, unfolding at the pace the body naturally understands. One of matcha's most important compounds is L-theanine, a rare and valuable amino acid. Unlike many nutrients, L-theanine directly influences the nervous system. It promotes calm without sedation, clarity without pressure. This compound is especially abundant in shaded tea leaves. When consumed, it gently smooths mental activity. Thoughts remain present but lose their sharp edges. The mind feels open and spacious, supported rather than driven. L-theanine has a unique ability. It can cross the blood-brain barrier, directly influencing brain chemistry. This allows it to interact with neurotransmitters linked to mood and relaxation. The effect is not numbing. Awareness remains intact. Instead, overstimulation softens. The brain enters a cooperative state where focus and calm exist together. This internal shift often feels like a deep exhale, one the mind didn't realize it was holding. When L-theanine reaches the brain, it encourages the production of alpha waves. These brain waves are associated with relaxed alertness. They appear during meditation, daydreaming, and moments of creative flow. In this state, the mind is awake but unburdened. Stress signals quiet down. Mental noise fades into the background. Alpha waves do not force rest. They invite it, gently guiding the brain toward balance without shutting it down. Matcha does contain caffeine. However, the experience feels very different from coffee. There is no sharp spike, no sudden jolt. This difference matters. The body receives stimulation without alarm. Heart rate stays steady. Energy feels smooth and manageable. Rather than pushing the nervous system into urgency, matcha introduces alertness in a controlled, respectful way, allowing calm to remain intact. Thanks to L-theanine, caffeine in matcha is released slowly into the bloodstream. This gradual absorption creates sustained energy over several hours. There is no crash waiting at the end. The body remains balanced throughout the process. This steady support reduces strain on the adrenal system. Instead of borrowing energy from tomorrow, matcha works with today. The result feels sustainable, calm energy that fades gently rather than collapsing suddenly. Many people describe coffee as a cycle of peaks and drops. Matcha follows a different pattern. There is no shock to the system, no sudden depletion afterward. Energy rises softly, holds steady, then slowly recedes. This rhythm aligns better with the body's natural cycles. The nervous system appreciates predictability. When energy behaves gently, the body feels safer, and rest becomes easier later on. This unique state created by matcha is often called calm alertness. The mind stays clear, the body stays relaxed. There is no internal conflict between focus and rest. This balance supports deep concentration during the day and smoother transitions at night. Calm alertness does not demand effort. It feels cooperative. The brain and body move together rather than pulling in opposite directions. Matcha is rich in EGCG, a powerful antioxidant. This compound helps protect cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. While its effects are not immediately felt, they work quietly over time. Cellular protection supports long-term balance. The body functions more smoothly. Recovery improves. This subtle internal care contributes to overall ease, creating conditions where rest feels more natural and less forced. EGCG also plays a role in metabolic health. It supports efficient energy use without overstimulation. This helps prevent sudden dips in blood sugar. The body feels more stable. Hunger signals become clearer. False cravings fade. When the system is balanced, the mind relaxes. Internal stability reduces background stress, making it easier to settle into rest later in the day. Science often refers to L-theanine and caffeine as a perfect pairing. Together they enhance attention while reducing anxiety. Neither works as well alone. This partnership mirrors balance itself. Alertness softened by calm, focus supported by ease. The brain responds positively to this harmony. Instead of being pushed into performance, it is gently invited into clarity, without tension. Matcha may help stabilize blood sugar levels. This prevents sudden energy drops that can trigger restlessness or cravings. A stable internal environment allows the nervous system to remain calm. There is less urgency, less distraction. The body feels supported rather than reactive. This stability carries into the evening, making it easier for the mind to unwind when stimulation fades. Drinking matcha becomes more than a beverage. It becomes nourishment for the brain and emotional state. The combination of calm focus, steady energy, and cellular support creates a gentle sense of well-being. Nothing is forced. Nothing is rushed. Over time, the body learns this rhythm. Matcha becomes a signal that clarity and rest do not need to compete. They can exist together quietly and naturally. We've just rested inside the quiet world of green tea. A world where energy is gentle, focus is steady, and calm lasts longer than the moment. We learned how matcha supports the brain, balances alertness without restlessness, and helps the body return to equilibrium. Like a Zen master sitting in stillness, matcha teaches us that clarity does not rush. It waits, it listens, it remains. If you feel more centered now, or if your thoughts have softened, you're welcome to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if someone you care about needs calm focus or deeper rest, you can share this moment with them. For now, close your eyes, breathe gently, and rest in the quiet green stillness of the night.